feedstock and access to funding. However, the federal government is addressing the problems. According to him, the importance attached to the modular refinery was the reason why the MD of Bank of Industry and his NCDMB counterparts are the facility to take the collaboration to the next level. The minister said, I want to say that that's not enough for us to give those who have modular refinery license money. We need to identify those with a proven record of success. Some people will take the money and divert it, but here we are physically seeing one that is functional, and we have also seen the expansion of what is going on, and so we will do whatever we can to support them. He further said, as the Minister of the State for Petroleum, his responsibility is to ensure that they have sufficient supplies of refined petroleum products for the consumption of Nigerians. And since he said, I take charge of the program, we have visited the state refineries, and that is why I go around all the refineries in Port Harcourt, Kaduna, and Warri. He said the shortest way to addressing our executive secretary of the Nigerian Content Development Board wants to visit the waters. Anybody that enters here will be very proud of what we are seeing. From what I'm seeing, there is wonderful work going on here, and I'm happy to be here. The ones we have are still going on the rehabilitation. We have seen what is going on. We encourage Waltersmith for new expansion that is going on and to give whatever support we can give. This government is willing to give so that they can solve the energy problem. All right. Okay. Waltersmith, maybe a Nigerian, maybe not a Nigerian, but let's leave that on one side. Let's talk about the concerns that people have about modular refineries. I would like to go back to Goni cleanup of Ogoni land and the UNEP reports. One of the issues that was raised, that was talked about, was understand how this translates to getting these guys in the creeks, which has been the major campaign all along, to ensure that they are properly, certified to do it the right way, and, collating them or something. This has been a major conversation. How the minister, who is also in Niger Delta, and by the way, who understands the impact of this to health and all of that, is talking about providing money for modular refineries like Waltersmith and what they are doing, and not the core conversation that seems to be bringing down this region.
I think the ultimate goal of all this is energy security, maintaining regular supply, preventing a disruption of supply, and the attendant crisis that goes with it. And one of the reasons we have these frequent shortages is that we import the refined product, and yet we have the crude product here. We have the capacity to refine. Unfortunately, artisanal refining has become very widespread these days. And so I think the government is doing the right thing when the government says, look, we need to come in, license this, and regulate the activities so that we can mitigate and then again, because the business doesn't seem to be very lucrative because of over-regulation. That would explain why some people obtain licenses but never set up refineries. But if, modern refineries, if I understand them correctly, are somewhat like they're the equivalent in the financial sector of microfinance banks. So if you can't, the microfinance banks are supposed to, through the right channel, and not tearing up the pipelines and then siphoning. All of those things, I believe, will have a beneficial impact. It will create energy security. It will reduce the environmental damage that the people face. It will also reduce criminality, because some of those who do these things under the shades will come out and then do them in the open, because it will become a legal venture. It will also create jobs. So I think it's the way to go, and it's a good thing that the government is doing this in partnership with the Nigerian content, efficient local content in what is going on, while the Bank of Industry will provide funding where that becomes necessary. All together, I think it's on paper it looks good. Let's just hope that in actual fact it also goes the way it's presented on paper.
So looking at this beyond the paper and the promises being made, like I talked about the one made that is contained even in the UNEP reports, nothing seems to have been heard from that region, region about that. But if you also look at the promise made by the Tinubu government that Port Harcourt refinery is coming into mainstream by December, that's less than 2 weeks from now. Of course, less than 2 weeks, because this is 22nd already. And now the minister is saying that modular refinery is the way to go. Put mainstream. If we're talking modular refinery side by side with the main refinery in existence coming into place, or if this has become a solution better than that, is it a second thought, or should we now begin to jettison the idea of having the Port Harcourt refinery begin operation officially by December?
The modular refineries do not threaten the conventional refineries.
Do you think so?
They don't.
From the government's perspective,
they don't threaten them. They are going to ordinarily. I mean, if the government says that, then that's just an excuse the government is putting forward.
No, but that's what he said, that they are the way to go, that they are the way forward.
Oh yeah, because if the truth is that even those who are experts in the sector have told us that even at optimum capacity, the existing refineries will not meet our local needs. And so the modern refineries are supposed to come in where there's a shortfall. I mean, it's like the microfinance banks existing side by side with the mega banks. And so each one will thrive in its own sphere of influence. I mean, you may even notice that some of the modern refineries may decide to even localize their activity. So they produce only for their own, they have catchment areas. I mean, anybody with
gave the ruling during the ongoing 2024 medium-term expenditure framework fiscal strategy paper interactive section, where National Lottery Trust Funds, a Federal Road Safety Corps, and Lagos International Trade Fair Complex Management Board when they made appearance before the committee. The committee, after examining the document brought before it by the National Lottery Trust Funds, queried the rationale behind the spending of the entire 6.3 billion naira revenue generated for 2022 and 2.5 billion naira revenue generated for 2023. Chairman of the committee, while citing relevant section of the Act, said the agency is expected to make 100% remittance to the federal accounts since it is being funded by the federal government. Executive Secretary of the National Lottery Trust Fund, Bello Maigari, while defending the agency's expenditure, noted that the agency is in deficit of 252 million naira in 2022. Earlier, the committee said it is not satisfied with the Federal Road Safety Corps over its remittance of 2.9 billion for 2023 against the 5.4 billion naira expected of it. The chairman directed the
on Lottery Trust Fund. Status inquiry means that we're going to bring in an external auditor, okay, to audit your accounts, your books, all your income and your expenses from day one to date. That's status inquiry of National Assembly. If we are found, we will send a report on the plenary, and if you are found guilty, you may to refund, or you and then any other punishment thereof.
4 billion. 2.4, sir. About 2.5 billion.
That was generated income.
That is income in year 2023, current year.